Namaste, yogis, yoga lovers, yoga queens, future yoga teachers. Today we're talking about breaking generational curses, breaking the curses. And I find this to be really interesting because in the Bible, and I grew up in a Christian family, we were really big on the church and that, mindset, like I was baptized at an early age. So that whole culture is something I'm very familiar with. And in the Bible, they talk about curses and even how one father noticed that, there was something going on with his kids and actually cursed one of his children. And so the idea that has shown up even in the fairy tales that we watch, if you watched anything like the Cinderellas and the Sleeping Beauties and the Princess and the Frog, there are these generational curses, and in those movies, they're not as much generational because they have to end within the movie time. Some of them are like, what's that one with the red hair and the people, they had a curse on their family. So there's just like, even the Shrek, they had the curse on the family. So this idea that there is this energy out there that can have a negative impact on your path in some way, that's something that we're already familiar with. So if you think about it in those terms, this is not a new concept. Okay. If we think about in the terms of what is a curse is a generational cycle where something is limited from a family or a bloodline. And this generational cycle could be something like that you're breaking right now. Maybe you're the first person in your family to practice yoga. Maybe you're the first person in your family to graduate from college. Maybe you're the first person in your family to fill in the blank, to have a successful marriage, to like those are the generational curses that I break. I was the first person in my family to Whoa. Well, that's not true. My mother did graduate from college. I was the first person in my family to graduate from a prestigious university, like the Harvard of the South. I was the first person in my family to practice yoga. I'm the first person in my family to wear my hair natural. And even though, and this is something that's really interesting, even though it can be really challenging for the pioneer, we think about going through the unbeaten path. That's a popular term in academia. The uncharted path is going to have the trees in the way, the obstacles, the rivers, the, mountains and things that the first person is going to have to navigate. So it can be really hard for, at that time. And then looking back, it's like, wow, I overcame that. I'm so much stronger. I've had moments in my life, and maybe you have as well and can relate, where it's like literally tears. Where it's like, why? Why do I have to be the one to break the generational curses around making money? I'm the first person to work for myself full time in my family. I mean, my family's they've had like side hustles, but they always had that safety net job and that the real money job. And, go wear my hair, unruly and rebellious and be myself and cuss out loud. I mean, of course, they cuss in their certain arenas and they're themselves in certain arenas, but I really have emphasized and worked on being myself all the time. And so, and of course ourselves, it depends on what's going on internally in the cosmos, all of that. And I'm the first person to even tune into that stuff in my family. So a lot of my family looked at me like, oh, Alicia, there she goes again, trying something new. There she goes again with the taboo shit. Like, oh, she does this in her relationship. Like, oh, her and her husband do this. Or, she's traveling around the world and doing this. And, oh, she didn't comb her hair today. She didn't brush her hair today. Like, those are the types of conversations that they would have when I was in the room. So I know that they were talking about it even when I wasn't there. And then now it's the point where, and after some years of wearing my hair natural, it's been about a decade. I started first wearing my hair maybe in college sometime. So it's been about a decade. And so, at least at the time of this video. And so now everyone in my family has gone off the creamy crack. Not my grandmother. She's one of those stubborn, like, I love you. And she's very stuck in her ways. And I don't try to change her. And when she saw me changing my ways, she was resistant. And she was like, Alicia, you need to comb your hair. And I'm like, but why? And so there are some things that people don't see from your perspective. My perspective is that I really love wearing an afro. And when I comb my hair, not only am I tender-headed, and not only am I thick-haired, so it takes a long time, it doesn't feel good. By the end of the day, it's back tangled. So in my mindset, or for my self-care mentally, and for my scalp, not combing my hair was the best thing that I ever did. And there are some times where I'm like, okay, well, it's wash day. I might stretch, finger comb, and I might decide to change it up. And that's okay. But I don't burden myself with doing something because other people think that I should look a certain way or I should comb my hair every day. And so those are the types of burdens, those are the types of cycles, those are the types of curses that you're breaking right now. And so although it seems challenging, it's like, it's going to be challenging, and it happens in multiple areas. It happens in your mental health. It happens in your money. It happens in the way that you nourish yourself with your meals. It happens in the movement that you put into your life, into your physical and your energetic life. How you express emotions is a way of movement. There's so many different types of things that you have been breaking down. And so this video is just to congratulate you. I am so excited that we are out here claiming a healthy generational legacy going forward. Starting with me, the cycle will change. Starting with me, the abundance will permeate. Starting with me, the prestige, the self-love, the self-care, the wellness is going to reign. And that's something that, you know, like I said, every day is a different day. Every day is a new bite of this big meal, of this challenge that you're working towards, this goal that you're progressing towards. And the more that we remind ourselves that it's okay, because for so long, nobody addressed these things in our bloodlines. They just let it go. They're like, oh, you know, we're all quitters, we're all cheaters, we're all fill in the blankers. And so that's just how we are. Instead of actively taking therapy, actively doing challenges, actively doing things to make a difference. And so for the first time, as our introduction to the wellness industry, as our introduction to the wellness world, I have teamed up with a group of amazing wellness practitioners and leaders, and we are creating something that's really big. I'm letting you know ahead of time because y'all are my people. And you will be seeing more information about this starting on tomorrow. I'm going to make a more specific video with information on how you can sign up. My brain is going faster than my mouth. Let me take a deep breath. I'm going to share tomorrow more information about how you can sign up for the Break the Curse Challenge. 30 days to transform your mental, your money, your meal, and your movement health and wellness. We are going to have a plan set out for you. We're going to take care of you. We're going to go in order, give you one thing per day. It's not going to be a big thing where you have to do multiple things. So only one thing per day as you build up habits that are going to last you. So when we think about the idea of the 21-day habits, sometimes it takes a little longer, especially for stubborn people. We're going to come together as a community, set our intention, and we're going to work through from day 1 to day 30. and get to a place where you are the architect of your life. You design what you want your legacy to be generationally. And so this is a really big deal, and not everybody can come on this trip with us. We're not looking for people who are crabs in a barrel. We only want people who see themselves as coming out of that foggy mindset, as being awakened to the opportunity and not just aware of it, because when you're awake, that doesn't mean you're actually doing things or being productive or being intentional. So there's the sleep and ignorance, there's the awake and non-action. Now we're taking the step to actually break the curses, to actually take action, to actually do the things that are going to set you up for the resolutions that you have, for the desires that you have, for the passion and the purpose that calls you, for the dream that won't let you sleep all the way through the night. That's what this is about. That's what this is really saying to me, is like, whew, let it go. Dust the shoulders off. We're letting go of the curses of several centuries. We're letting go of the curses of millennia. We're letting go of those things in the past, and we're taking active steps to come out of that. So I can't wait to tell y'all more about this. This was just a little snippety, tastedy, okay? I look forward to telling you more about this tomorrow. My name is Alicia, and you are an amazing, amazing force to be reckoned with. I'm so excited that you've even watched to the end of this video. Most people are quitters, and they just turn things off, and they don't listen, even though something is telling them to come back to it. So you've stayed, and for that, thank you. Much love to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.